what's the couple of movies? Obviously,
Let's talk about him.
Oh, right. Are we diving straight into this, are we?
Let's go for it.
All right, go on then.
So where do you want to start? Start with the first one then.
All right, because this one will be the quickest. So you very kindly sent me Zombeavers, which I really appreciated.
I know. Change the world. Change your life.
It'll change my life, all right. Took me a couple of weeks to watch it. I finally watched it yesterday because I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about it with you.
Ideally, yeah. Otherwise, it'd be a very quick show.
Exactly. And and I watched it, and it's an hour and 17 minutes of my life that I will never get back. It is gone forever. This is hands down one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. And if anyone watched my Elm Street reviews, I would happily watch Part 5 and Freddy's Dead over and over again on repeat than watch Zombeavers ever again.
I am in shock. This is a classic, a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece of shit. That's exactly what it is.
Do you think?
The thing is with it, right? At the beginning, one of my favorite comedians, I didn't even know he was in the movie, Bill Burr, pops up in the beginning, and I'm like, oh, happy days. And I'm kind of expecting him to be in it throughout the movie. I wish he was, because he kind of would have made it slightly bearable, because the guy is hilarious. Because I know them two guys at the beginning
of American Pie. This is from the producers of American Pie, Cabin Fever, and The Ring.
They're either lying to you or they just couldn't give a shit on this one.
See, I definitely, I don't think it's taking itself too seriously. I think that's the main thing.
Thankfully, no, it doesn't. It knows exactly what it is. It knows it's terrible. It knows just to get you to sit through and watch the movie, it has to throw the occasional pair of tits at you a few times. It was the only reason why I was watching it, because I'm thinking, right, when's she going to get her top off again? Will she get it?
Exactly. Can I just point out, though, it does say Twitch Film reckons, unequivocally says, Zombeavers is a damn excellent. It's damn excellent. Let that soak in for a second.
Hang on. I've just developed a blood clot in my brain, or what's left of it, anyway.
Exactly. It is what. Hey Pat. Hey Lynn. It is what it is, and this is the thing, Dave. It's a B movie, and it knows it's a B movie.
Oh, 100%.
It's definitely going for the. I'm sorry about the phrase, but it's definitely going for the tits and ass.
Oh,
sort of.
100. That's the only reason I stuck around. I did not stick around for the Zombeavers, the Zombie Beavers. I did not stick around for them. Oh, the first time you see one of them, I laughed so hard. So hard. And I wasn't watching on my own. I was watching it with someone. I was putting her through it because she hates watching shit like that. Just watching her reaction to that movie was the most entertainment I had. Not even watching it, was just watching it, constantly going, "Why am I watching this?
I'm curious. What was the opinion of the other person watching it then?
Oh, it's just same as mine. We had to tuck into like a couple of bottles of wine just to get through it, to be honest. But it was so much fun. I mean, for that, it was so much fun because she hated it. But the way I will give the movie some credit, there were a couple of funny moments where I generally did laugh. Like, it did make me laugh. But overall, oh my God, man, I will never ever watch this movie again. One of the other points where I laughed really hard at, I never expected them that if they get bit and cut, I should have done really. It's fucking zombie movies. But when they get bit and cut by a zombie beaver, you pretty much turn into one. You don't actually turn into a beaver, but you turn into like a humanoid version of. The first time I saw that, I nearly choked on my wine. And then I was
thinking, this paddle thing on the back of it.
Yeah, and then I was thinking to myself, because it's the blonde girl that changes first, and I'm looking at her thinking, yeah, I probably still would. Bit too much teeth, but you know.
Well, I'm glad you got some enjoyment out of it.
Oh, mate. Well, yeah, I had to, because if I would have watched that on my own, I don't think I would have made it till the end. I really don't. I think I would have just gone, nah, fucking life's too short. Bang. And it's not even that long. But like I
No,
said, it felt it, man.
it felt
It
longer.
just felt it. Yeah. It just felt an hour and 17 minutes. And I kept checking the time. I'm like, there's only fucking 30 minutes have gone. No. I've been to the toilet twice already. Just trying to like, get time to pass.
Like I say, for me, I think the writing was on the wall when I first turned it on, and it was almost like a Turtles Secret of the Ooze style start
Yeah,
beginning as to how they ended up being. It was just genius the way they used that.
yeah,
And it
yeah,
was some sort of ooze that fell into the river.
yeah. It was. And with the opening they have like Bill Burr there, and I don't know who the
Yeah.
other guy was, but like just the rapport they have with each other is probably the funniest in the movie, and you could probably tell that was probably ad-libbed between them.
Yeah.
Because the comedians or whatever. So like I was laughing at the beginning of it, and I was kind of like, do you know what? All right, I know what kind of movie we're getting into. You should already know that with a film like fucking Zombeavers anyway.
You can imagine they literally went, look, what do we say here? And they're like, just
Say
do
whatever.
whatever you want to say, whatever.
Do whatever. The movie Zombeavers, it really doesn't matter. Talk about anything. No, it just doesn't matter.
Well, thank you for watching it and giving us that in-depth review. So, now you've turned everybody off to that.
Yeah, I hope I have. Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
It's still an amazing movie. What was the second one you watched?
Well, the second one this afternoon, I had the pleasure or displeasure. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm so conflicted. I watched Rubber.
Hey,
And it was, what I will say off straight away, it was not what I expected at all. This film
I'm
was
curious.
quite intelligent.
Going into that movie, what were you expecting?
Well,
like before you put that Blu-ray in or whatever it was you watched it on, what did you go? This is going to be what? What did you think that was going to be?
I'll be honest with you, mate. After Zombeavers, I was just like, just please be slightly better. Please don't do this to me. Just be slightly better. I was just expecting it to be just typical fucking schlock, like just there's a tire going around killing. Like that's just what I expected. But I did not expect what the movie gave us, like at all. Like the opening of it, I was baffled. I was just going, what's he going on about? Like when the sheriff's talking and stuff, he's saying like, oh, like the no reason effect kind of thing. And I'm just sitting there watching, and I'm like, he's pretty much talking about this movie. He's pretty much saying to the audience, look, listen, it really doesn't matter. Like, don't just go along with it. And I kind of ended up doing the same. I was like, well, okay, the movie's telling me to just chill out, relax, sit there, just accept what's happening in front of you, and don't try to question anything because there's no reason. Just crack on.
It's by far the best killer tire movie you'll ever see.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I wish I had like a little mask on it though, that just stayed where it is. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, I will say this. The movie is extremely well directed. I love the cinematography of the film. Like that really surprised me.
How do you get that passed by the studios? I've got an idea. What is it? It's about a killer tire.
Yeah, but but weirdly enough, it's a bit more than that as well. Like it goes into stuff that you're just like, what is going on?
This tire has feelings.
Yeah, this tire, sees this girl, and I think like fucking fancies her. I don't blame the tire, to be honest with you. I'm like, and he named the tire Robert. It actually has a name. And so I'm going along and I'm watching this movie, and I'm actually getting to a point kind of halfway through with this film where I'm like, I don't know whether I am hating this or slightly enjoying it. Like, it's intriguing me. And that is a massive compliment to the movie, because I already had this preconceived notion I was going to hate this. Like, I was going to hate it. Absolutely hate it, and couldn't wait for it to be over. And I ended up watching it completely, like, intrigued by what was going on. And it's generally funny in places as well. Like, the guy that plays like the main sheriff, like, he had some cracking scenes in it. You know, it caught me by surprise. I was 100% prepared to come on here and rip this film apart. And the fact that I haven't done that is a compliment to the movie. And I also slightly respect it, because this film is unique. You won't see another movie like this at all. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know yet, man. I don't know. I have to watch this film again just to see where I fall.
Which side of the fence you're on?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. And I know that sounds stupid to say, but I don't know. But we're sitting here with you now, talking to you about it. I'm leaning towards, like, I liked it overall. Like,
it's a very, very unique movie, and like you say, it's well shot, well directed.
It is well shot, yeah.
And but it's
well acted as well, weirdly enough.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah. The acting is that they're really going for it, aren't they?
Yeah. Compared to Zombeavers, which, Jesus Christ, that's some of the worst. That it's not even acting. And anyway, we're not talking about that movie anymore. But they were generally good. That's another thing that just threw me off. I'm like, this is some good acting.
It feels like you've been sat there all afternoon going, I don't know what to do.
Just confused, mate. Just massively confused, and just like, I don't know myself anymore. 42 years old, and for the first time in my life, I'm like, I don't know who I am. Like, what's going on? I think, do you know what I think it is? I think I've watched so many fucking bad movies recently. The rubber fell in at the right time for me, to be honest. But another thing with it as well, like with Robert the Tire, and I'm going to call him Robert, it actually makes you believe that this tire is alive and has like a personality. And that is extremely hard to do when the tire doesn't say a fucking word. Like, a tire shouldn't. A tire is not alive. It can't talk, but it gives you a sense of, like, the personality to it. And that is talented filmmaking. I don't care what, like, it's. Do you know what? I think I loved it. I think I loved it. I think with Robert, I think I've had like a real hate-love relationship with it. I really feel like I've tried to break up with it, and then I've realized how much I love it, and then I want to get back with it. That's what I feel like this is.
You see, the thing is that that's one of the funny things about Rubber. Is when we got to watch it, and it was me and obviously our friend Chris and Steve, and we'd sort of watched it. Steve sent a tire to Chris's house and called it Rubber, right?
Yeah.
And then about 6 months later, he was moving house, and we and him went down to help him. And we were like, "What about the tire?" And he's like, "Oh no, just leave it. It's stuck in the ground." I yanked that fucker out, and we took it to the next house. His missus was not happy at all. So, but then they've managed to leave it on the net on this house and move again. So Steve reckons he's going to send him a bigger tire this time.
Oh, should send him Robert.